Good evening, my name is Brandon Robinson, and today I'll be talking to you guys about sex trafficking. My purpose here today is to simply just persuade you guys to help me stop the fight against sex trafficking. Imagine I'm a complete stranger to you and I tell you about a job opportunity that's perfect for you. It's your dream job. You always wanted. It sounds great, but there's a catch to it. I tell you, I just want you. You can't bring your family, friends, nothing, just you. It could be, I can tell you to come to a completely different country, or it can be right here in the United States. Would you still accept the job? We must find more ways to put an end to trafficking. The more fighting we do, the more lives we can save. Okay? Today I'm just going to simply explain the problem of sex trafficking in today's world. I'm going to examine the effects it has on victims. And I'm going to offer some solutions to you guys to help trafficking in today's world. Okay? Every year, many different men, women, and children are victims of sex trafficking. The UNODC stated that 50,000 human trafficking victims were reported in 2018. For every 10 victims, 5 were young adult women, and 2 of those were young girls. 20% of those were adult men, and 15% were young boys. Human trafficking is fueled by cheap labor and services for commercial sex, stated by the Exodus. If we continue to allow this to happen, then we will have more victims. By doing this, we can help solve this problem by adding police to high areas of trafficking and providing education. By providing policing in those areas, traffickers are less likely to recruit victims. Also, it can help slow down the flow of trafficking in those areas, and police can narrow down the traffickers in those areas. And also, more education, we can help both adults and children be aware of the dangers of sex trafficking. Help save lives through the training. Also, implementing these solutions will help slow down the number of trafficking. According to the Interpol, in South Central America has resulted in rescuing 2,700 victims through education and training. If we provide these solutions to help human trafficking, many cases will not occur and it will not become a global issue. Can you imagine your life without any of these solutions? Okay, I'm going to give you a scenario. Imagine you meeting up with someone you met online for a date or just a friend, and they drug you and they kidnap you, and you are taken away from your friends and family. You're homesick. You have no idea where you are. You're just crying because you're not where you're supposed to be, basically. More people will be able to identify the signs of trafficking if we involve solutions to this. Also, if this solution is not followed, we will not know what to look for in a trafficker. More traffickers will traffic more vulnerable people not knowing. If they feel like we don't have any knowledge of it, they're just going to take advantage of us and do whatever they please. Also, I have another scenario for you. Imagine you and a group of other traffickers are rescued from your traffickers, and the traffickers are taken away and arrested. You are now back home with your friends and family that you love so dearly. This solution can help and work because you will have more traffickers arrested. Well, now that we have talked about some solutions, let's talk about what you can do to help also. There are many ways that you can get involved in dealing with sex trafficking. One way is reporting. If you see something, contact the National Human Trafficking Hotline. Their phone number is 1-888-373-7888. They are 24 hours. Or you can go to their website at hotline.org. You can volunteer and support anti-trafficking efforts. Some simple everyday things you can do. I know many of us use social media as a platform, so if we can use that, we can raise awareness of trafficking. Also, another way you can contact the National Children from Missing and Exploited Children. Their phone number is 1-800-843-5678. What they provide assistance to the parents, children, and law enforcement, schools, and the community in recovering missing children and raising public awareness about ways to prevent child abduction, molestation, and sex exploitation. Okay? With your help and involvement of human trafficking, we can help save thousands of lives each and every day. Okay, now that you see what some causes are to sex trafficking and some solutions, let's just remember that in order to help fight human trafficking, it starts with you. Let's start taking actions against sex trafficking. Okay? Human trafficking happens to anyone around us, around the world. Many of the victims become desperate and makes them vulnerable in the situations. If we can find ways to end sex trafficking, let's do that, please. Let's go ahead and find those ways to do that. Also, the more fighting we do, the more lives we can save once again. Also, there are 68,000 victims trafficked per day right now as we speak. Also, this is my page, my works cited page with all the sources I've had. And then this is another page of my works cited that I've also had. And I thank you for your time. I hope you guys learned something. I hope I persuaded you to help me stop the fight against sex trafficking. Thank you for your time, and I wish you well.